Aspirants, welcome to the final video in the series Ace the Race. This series has been brought to you by Aspirant Relations Team of SIBM Pune, and we started this series to help you gauge the level of questions that come in SNAP and various other MBA entrance exams, and also to help you figure out an approach as to how you can go about solving these questions. So today we'll be looking at the verbal ability section, and we'll be looking at 3 questions from the section and 3 different variety of questions, and we'll try to figure out how to go about solving them. So let's look at the first question. So the first question is basically sentence correction. We have a whole sentence and we need to figure out if the underlined part of the section is correct, and if not, we have to give the relevant answer, relevant option from amongst the 4 given options, right? So let's go to the solution. Let's try to figure out how we can solve this question. So we know that the subject of the sentence is this starting part, the position of, right? So this is singular. So the verb that is give should match the singular quality of the subject, right? So this part should start from the verb gives, right? Because this is singular, so it should signify that this is singular. So it'll start from gives. So we know that option A and B are eliminated. So very good trick to approach these type of questions is to eliminate the options and then get to the last option which is suitable, right? Now let's look at the difference between option C and D, right? The only difference in between these 2 options is here mouth and tongue are written in singular and here it's written in plural, right? So we know that our jaws is plural, so mouth and tongue are part of jaws, right? So we need to match them with our jaws, right? So they also need to be plural. So therefore D looks more suitable because mouths and tongues are written in plural. Therefore the correct answer is option D, and C is eliminated, right? So it was a very simple question, and we just need basic knowledge of verbal ability section. Let's look at the next question. So the next question is parajumble. So we have been given 4 sentences and we need to organize them in the correct order to form a paragraph, right? And these are the 4 available options. Let's look at the solution. So first we need to figure out, the good approach to go about solving these questions is to figure out which 2 sentences go together. So here we know that sentence C talks about how the verb usage has gone up when unnecessary words are reduced, right? And the sentence A talks about how good are the writers that use more verbs. Basically, good writers use more verbs. So it's very clear that C should follow A, right? So we know that C should follow A. So we can eliminate, again we'll first eliminate the option that don't have C following A. So option A, C and D all are eliminated, right? But let's try to figure out the whole order. Instead of just eliminating all the 3, let's try to figure out how this order is completely correct, right? Yeah. So sentence B says it's hard to write without verbs. And sentence D adds to this saying the use of verbs is hence not a good advice. So we know that D will follow C. D will follow B, sorry. So we know that D will follow B. Now we need to figure out which pair would come first. So if we look at all the 4 sentences, you'll observe that A marks a good start of a paragraph. It directly talks about how good the writers are, those who use more verbs. So therefore we can, because we know that the paragraph will either start from A or B, because C and D have some other sentence before them. Therefore we need to figure out whether A will start the paragraph or B will start the paragraph. But since a sentence can normally not start with the word however, because we need to give reasoning first, so we can, therefore good is a great start to the paragraph. Good writers use more verbs. So therefore we'll start with sentence A. So we can simply say A, C, B and D would be the correct order, which is option B. Right? Let's move on to the next question. The next question requires us to form a paragraph by using 3 sentences amongst the 4 given sentences, and eliminate 1 sentence that is not relevant for the paragraph, right? So let's try to figure out the solution. So let's look at the sentence A. Sea ice acts as a blanket on top of the ocean, protecting the water from incoming solar energy and atmospheric heat. So it simply talks about how sea ice protects the ocean water from incoming solar energy and heat. Just we'll keep it aside. Now next, this effect accelerates overall warming, which in turn melts more ice and drives up sea level. So it's just continuing what the sentence B is just continuing what sentence A said. So sentence A introduced us an effect, and this effect, what this effect does is explained in sentence B, right? Now let's look at sentence C. So although this sea ice is shrinking, it does not add to the water levels as it melts, because it's already part of the ocean's mass. And sentence D says, as that frozen coating disappears, its white surface is no longer there to reflect the light back into the atmosphere, so the ocean absorbs as much as solar energy as possible. So we see that option B talks about how melting ice is driving up the sea level, right? But option C says that it does not add up to the sea level, and because it's already part of the ocean's mass. So we can easily see that C, which talks about melting sea ice not adding to the ocean's mass, is discussing a completely unrelated idea which is not related to statements A, B and C. Now if we eliminate C, now let's try to read the whole paragraph. Sea ice acts as a blanket on top of the ocean, protecting the water from incoming solar energy and atmospheric heat. This effect accelerates overall warming, which in turn melts more land ice and drives up the sea levels. As that frozen coating disappears, its white surface is no longer there to reflect sunlight back into the atmosphere, so the ocean absorbs as much solar energy as possible, right? So now the whole paragraph makes sense, because all the 3 sentences are making sure that we have a continuous paragraph, and all the 3 sentences relate to a similar idea. So therefore the correct answer is option C, which means that option C is the sentence which we should eliminate. Okay, so we really hope that this series Is the Race helped you in your MBA preparation and added value. And the Aspirant Relations Team of SIBM Pune is bringing to you Ascent 2021. It's a tailor-made event for SNAP aspirants and also for aspirants who are aspiring for other MBA exams. We'll try to share our experiences, our journey as MBA aspirants, and we'll try to tell you how we approached our preparation, and we'll give you insights about how the life is at SIBM Pune. And we'll also be conducting a live quiz that will give you an idea about what kind of questions have come in the past in the snap paper. So this is an event from 3rd to 5th of September. The registration link is in the description, and the event is completely free of cost. It will be an online event, so you can attend them from the comfort of your homes. So do register for the Ascent 2021. We'll be looking forward to interacting with you. So stay tuned for more updates on the event. Do register, stay healthy, be safe. Thank you.